Yes, ma'am.
Who is your partner? Tanaya.
Yes, ma'am.
Tanaya. Now you.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, Your Ladyship. May I please the court? My name is Tanaya Deshmukh. The council seeks permission to appear on behalf of the respondent side.
Yes, yes.
Highly obliged, Your Lordship. If the bench is well versed with the facts in the present case, the council seeks permission to proceed with the issues in the present case.
Proceed.
Much obliged, Your Lordship. The council will be dealing with the first and third issue in the present case. The first and the essential issue before the court today is whether Advocate Rani Nagpurwala has any locus standi in the present matter. Your Lordship, my co-counsel argued that Advocate Rani Nagpurwala is only a practicing advocate at High Court and she doesn't have any personal connection or relation with the victim, and therefore she cannot file writ petition under Article 226 of Indian Constitution for the damages or compensation which are awarded to Ms. Taslima. It is most respectfully submitted before the Honorable Court that Advocate Rani Nagpurwala filed this writ petition under Article 226 of Indian Constitution not only for the damages or compensation to the victim, but more than that to get relief from all those criminal activities, all those antisocial activities which are taking place at Nagpur railway station. Which means that this case was filed in the public interest and it is the matter of public interest litigation. To make justice more accessible to all, the Supreme Court accepted the concept of public interest litigation, and social welfare groups, social activists, and public spirited person can also approach to the court in the matter of public interest litigation. Your Lordship, in the year 1979, as the remark of the landmark case Husainara Khatun versus State of Bihar, Advocate Kapila Hingorani filed the writ petition under Article 226 of Indian Constitution to secure release of almost 40,000 under trial prisoners from the Patna jail. And as the remark of that, Advocate Kapila Hingorani earned the title of Mother of Public Interest Litigation. The Supreme Court held in this particular case that the prisoners will get free legal aid and fast hearing, that is the right to speedy justice, emerged as the basic fundamental right which had been denied from these prisoners, and the bench was led by Justice P.N. Bhagwati. Also in the landmark case of Janata Dal versus H.S. Chaudhary in the year 1991, the Supreme Court held that if the matter is related to the public interest litigation, then the strict rule of locus standi is relaxed, and it is not necessary at all that the person should have any personal connection or relation with the victim, but the person having bona fide and the person acting bona fide and having sufficient interest in the proceedings of the public interest litigation can also approach to the court to wipe the tears of poor and needy person who are suffering from the violation of fundamental rights. May I seek your ladyship's attention to that? In the present case, Miss Taslima is inhumanly raped by the employees of the Nagpur railway station, and which is not the violation of her ordinary right only, but it is the violation of her gross fundamental right, and therefore definitely Rani Nagpurwala has locus standi as the matter is related to the public interest. With due permission of your ladyship, the council seeks permission to proceed with the third issue.
No, only two issues.
Yes, ma'am, I'm skipping the second one.
Acha, okay, okay.
हाँ.
Third.
Highly
Your
obliged.
first, Tanaya,
Yes, sir.
what you explain your first issue is?
About the locus standi.
Am I audible, Tanaya?
Yes, yes, you are audible, sir.
Yes. Your issue related with what?
Locus
First issue
standi.
which you explained.
Locus standi.
Okay. Regarding locus standi.
Yes, sir.
In public interest litigation, as you rightly said, in public interest litigation there is a locus standi. But in a public interest litigation, few litigations are that is a publicity interest litigation.
Okay.
So whether this advocate having a publicity interest litigation,
No,
Popularly called a publicity interest litigation.
sir, I mentioned in the second landmark case that I have cited, that the Janata Dal versus H.S. Chaudhary, the Supreme Court cleared that the person acting bona fide and having sufficient interest in the public interest litigation can approach to the court in this matter.
Okay, proceed with your second issue.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Highly obliged, Your Lordship. With the due, it is humbly submitted before the Honorable Court. My third issue is that whether chairman and railway board is responsible for the act of its servants. It is humbly submitted before the Honorable Court that the state is vicariously liable for the act of its servants. The place is situated in the campus of the railway station where the rape was committed on the victim by the employees of the Nagpur railway station in the course of their official duty. The function of state is not related to only to provide only to the justice of the country or to the administration of justice, but it also extends to many other spheres, for example economical, social, cultural, educational, political, and even marital affairs also, and these all cannot be said as sovereign functions. Running railway is the commercial activity, and establishing Yatri Niwas at the railway station is also carries under the commercial activity by Union of India. The employees of Union of India, who are deputed to run the railway and to manage the establishments like railway station and Yatri Niwas, are essential component of government machineries which carries on the commercial activity. May I direct your lordship's attention to that in the present case, the accused got a room of the Yatri Niwas and booked on their own name and credentials provided by the railway board, and which means that here employee utilized their official position in committing the crime. In the famous case of State of Rajasthan versus Vidyavati in the year 1962, it was held that the state will be vicariously liable for the act of the employers, and this case was claim for damages was made by the heirs of a person who died in the accident caused by the negligence of the driver of government vehicle. Similarly, also in the landmark case of Nilavati Behra versus State of Orissa in the year 1960, the petitioner claimed compensation for the infringement of her son's right to life under Article 21 of Indian Constitution, and the Supreme Court held that as it is due to the negligence of the police officer, the state will be vicariously liable for the act of the servant. Therefore, the contention for the vicarious liability of the state must be rejected. On this note, the counsel for the respondent humbly pleads before the Honorable Court to affirm the decision of High Court, and special leave petition filed by the petitioner must be dismissed.
Which kind of writ can be passed by the court?
There are 5 types of writs, sir.
In this case, which kind of writ can be passed?
In this case, the mandamus writ is passed.
What is mandamus?
The literal meaning of mandamus is we command. This writ is used by the court to order the public officials who are failed to perform their duties, and to court can also order to the basic officials and corporation, public bodies, inferior courts, tribunals, and also in the government for the same purpose.
Very nice, Tanya.
Thank you, sir.
Nice presentation.
Thank you.
Nice court manners, and very well prepared. I must say to the other participant who is listening to Tanaya, I expected in such a way you have to present your presentation,
Thank you,
because it's
sir.
the first presentation which I like, and such kind of presentation we require. Okay, wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, next.